picturesque Black Lock the next morning. 5 further stages will decide the winner on this second day, but there were some long punishing stages among them. Tapio Laukkanen, the rally leader, knowing that it was hard to make up time in these conditions, but very easy to lose it. And during the course of the opening stage, he lost the lead through no real fault of his own. Alister McRae, pushing equally hard, just managed to shave a few seconds back, but there was still little to choose between the two Golfs. Mind you, everyone was trying. Gwyndaf Evans right on the limit, but still under pressure from Mark Higgins in 4th. But that pressure eased somewhat on the long Glen Trool stage. Higgins hardly nursing the car, but driving the last 10 miles on a flat rear tyre. He'd drop around 30 seconds. Robbie Head was fighting back after his own puncture problems of the previous day. He's now 7th. And about to go 6th, because on stage 14, he's passing the now stranded Mark Higgins Nissan out of the rally after a fire in the engine compartment. This is Rovanpera, who's now promoted to 4th. But last year's winner, some 2 minutes adrift of the rally leaders. Just outside the top 10, the talented Justin Dale, last year's junior champion for Peugeot, lacking the outright horsepower of the other factory runners, but still able to provide excitement.
Over crest, 150. Right 7 and left 8.
Took off on a crest and landed in the next dip, which flat spotted both of the front rims as well. So for the rest of the stage, he wasn't handling too well, but he was still pretty competitive though.
That infamous yump in clattering shores that provides such entertainment for the spectators proves the undoing of Neal Wearden in the Honda Civic. His steering collapses, and Wearden does very well indeed to control the car, but his rally is over. Number 1 priority is to find somewhere safe to park before inspecting the damage. Damage that's all too obvious on the replay. Watch the right front wheel, rendered unsteerable as the suspension arm is torn out of the chassis.
I think the track arm, the steering rack's broken, basically. So I think that might be the end of it.
And it's broke a shaft.
So even Wearden's faint optimism disappears, and problems elsewhere as well. David Mann, who's been leading Group N, limps out of the stage behind Philip Young's Escort. Mann fighting back after a day that had just been one thing after another.
We got a puncture right at the start of the first stage this morning, and we stopped and changed that and dropped about 3 minutes. And then things weren't gone too bad. And then on Glen Trool, towards the end, we got another puncture with still about 4 or 5 miles to go. So thought we should stop and change it. Got the jack nearly up, and then the jack broke, and the car came off the jack. We couldn't find any spectators anywhere. Ian had to run back about a mile to find some help. And eventually we got the wheel on the car and out of the stage after, I think we were in there about 48 minutes.
It's just a coast to the finish now then?
Yeah, try not to get a puncture on the last stage, yeah. And we've got a new jack as well now.
I don't think the leaders were having it easy either. On Glen Trool, McRae had gambled on softer compound tyres and lost 13 seconds to Laukkanen. The Finn had expected to go into the final stage with a lead of 9 seconds, but at the service it was discovered that the rear axle beam was badly damaged, had to be replaced. The time penalties would wipe out his lead. They'd head for the final stage, dead level.
We get 20 seconds time penalty. We have to change the rear beam and it takes a little bit too long time, but still we are again at the same time with Alister and 1 stage to go, and it's quite hard and 32 kilometers or something like that. It comes to be interesting to see which one is faster.
Yeah, it's fastest through the stage wins.
Yeah, I think I'm going to win this rally.
So the Scottish international headed for one of the closest finishes the championship had ever seen. Laukkanen first through the final deciding stage. Then it's McRae with an engine note that sounded just a little more urgent. And so it proved. McRae, the faster man by 8 seconds, winning the Scottish international. Neither of them seeming to try as hard as Gwyndaf Evans, but the defending champion 5 seconds slower than Laukkanen. Evans safe in 3rd. At the end of the stage, victory is celebrated, victory is conceded.
Gave everything in there, hoped that nobody had any problems. It'd be a clean fight, and it was, so over the moon.
Behind the battling Volkswagens, Evans in third, 22 seconds behind McRae's winning time. Rovanpera fourth, and Robbie head battling back to a fifth-place finish. McRae stretches his lead in the championship to 8 points, but the final 2 rounds are on tarmac.